There are many diseases that can be labeled chronic or non-communicable. For the purposes of global focus at this time, we are dealing with 4. There are the cardiovascular diseases, heart disease and stroke. There is diabetes, there is chronic respiratory disease, and there is cancer. Those are the 4. They are becoming more prevalent at this time because of our changes in lifestyles, because of the change in environmental conditions. They are killing more people at an earlier age. Countries are spending and will have to be spending considerably more of their budget to deal with these problems. The tendency has been to think of them as diseases of older persons in developed countries. Myth, not true. They are diseases that affect the young, increasingly at a younger age, and they're diseases of all countries.
In school, I used to sit in the back so no one can notice me. In football, I always used to be the last one getting picked. I felt ashamed. It made me feel bad. It made me feel like I'm the only person in the world.
The genesis of many of these diseases takes place very early on. We know now that when you are born, there's often a predilection or predisposition to have these diseases, and that predisposition is affected by the external factors. The possibility of influencing behavior is very strong at a time when people tend to adopt these unhealthy behaviors. So we need to focus on the young because these diseases affect them and because the possibility of addressing the risk factors is a very great one at that age group.
I can't say where I would be right now if I continued drinking, because I was drinking large quantities and by now it would just be a cabbage.
If I had to ask governments to do one thing, it would be to address the issue of tobacco seriously.
10 में से 7 या 8 लोग इन चीज़ों का सेवन करते होंगे। 7 या 8 लोग मेरी उम्र के तंबाकू, बीड़ी, सिगरेट का सेवन करते होंगे।
Governments do 3 things: taxation, legislation, and regulation. And in that context, these are the things that we're asking governments to do now. We're asking governments to adopt what we call a whole-of-government approach, and not only the health sector, but other sectors in government to be involved.
In the end, the challenge is both collective and individual. The collective challenge is what is society and government as a whole telling and making available to each individual in their society.